come running by.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? We are finally together. Me and Shay are doing this vlog again together, which hasn't honestly been that long, but Shay's just been working. She's a working lady, and I love her. So in today's video, Shay's gonna teach us how to cook lemon pepper chicken with quinoa.
And I'm a trained professional, so I should be charging you for all this good information, but you'll get it for free. You're welcome. I'm a pro. What can I say?
And food is something that's a pretty intense subject with 75 Hard, since you have to have your own diet. You have to figure out ways that you want to improve and eat healthy. So, okay, let's talk about diets. So my diet is no sugar and no soda. And it's been going pretty great. I can't tell you how bad I wanted to drink a whole gallon of Mountain Dew instead of water. Mountain Dew is my favorite drink of all time. And you'd think with the last name Coca that my favorite drink would be Coca-Cola, but it's actually Mountain Dew. I go to Taco Bell, I get a Baja Blast in 2 seconds. Coke and Mountain Dew are like kind of up here for me, but usually like if
Mountain Dew.
If I have the
Mountain
choice,
Dew Zero. That's the only one I'll drink.
Mountain Dew Zero is
better.
crazy.
I think they taste better that way. Zeros and diets, I honestly do think they taste better. And here's the thing though about diets, especially with 75 Hard, is everybody and their dog has a different opinion on a diet. And you don't have to put this in here, but I did listen to a podcast once and it was saying that we're in the alchemy stages of diets, meaning that, you know, we've been studying chemistry for like hundreds and hundreds of years, and just recently, within the past 50 or so years, people have become really interested in this, like diets and how your bodies react and blah blah blah, all these things. And that's why there are so many people, because there's no long-term studies. Like
What are your thoughts about keto?
Okay, no. So here's the thing, is there's no, and maybe there are, but in all honesty, there are no long-term studies done about people who do keto in their 20s and then in their 70s, how their bodies are in their 70s. It hasn't been done long enough. And my sister's taken a lot of nutrition classes in college, and I've taken a few. And nutrition's always been something I've been pretty interested in. And so for us, diets are just sometimes people's way of trying to get your money. And so for me personally, and for our diet, we just try to eat things, this is gonna sound so hippy-dippy, but we try to eat things off the land. Like, you know what I mean? Fruits.
All organic,
No,
all natural.
I should do all organic.
All the greenies.
But here's the thing, is I think that, this is so hippy-dippy, I think that the food here on the planet is what God intended us to eat. And so I try to make sure that we eat as much natural foods as possible. So that's kind of our diet. If people do keto, great. If people do Atkins, great. If people do all these things.
I listened to this podcast with Kevin Hart and Joe Rogan, and they're talking about the diets that are going on or whatever. And the things that successful people talk about, I don't know, but they're talking about what they eat. And Joe Rogan was like on this all meat diet, and Kevin Hart was like on this vegetarian / meat diet, some type of, or maybe it was vice versa, I don't really remember, but all I remember is that they kind of had an interesting conversation about like, well, meat, you know, the meat diet is actually really good for you. And then the other guy was like, you know, I don't think that's a really healthy diet. So I think really, I'm not a freaking doctor, I'm not a, I don't know scientifically like anything, but me personally, like my opinion, I just feel like you kind of figure out what diet works best for you, because
Yes.
I think bodies are so diverse, and you know what feels good, and no one really can eat food for you. So whatever you kind of feel like is helping your body and you feel clean afterwards, then do that. And then obviously eat burgers here and there, get a shake, you know, get some fries.
But here's the thing too though, I'm glad you brought that up, because going back to like what I said about I like to eat things off the earth, I know that sounds like, and like we still eat hot Cheetos, we still eat Doritos, things like that. I mean, we went to Domino's yesterday, for crying out loud. We like to talk about how we just like to feel after we eat. And I mentioned it earlier while I was cooking that food is meant to fuel your bodies. And so for us, we have found the food that makes us feel better is just the food that we like to eat, right? And so majority of the time, after we eat out or after we eat something crazy fried or sweet now, we get really sick. Maybe we're getting controversial in this today, but I think Five Guys, we went there for his birthday. We ate burgers like 3 nights before yours.
Every single time that I've been to Five Guys.
Oh, I was trying to talk with each other.
Listen, every single time that I've been to Five Guys, I've only ordered like one single thing off the menu, because if you get a burger just by itself, it's like $5.
Money.
That's off the top of my head. I can probably put the menu up here, but like it's like around $5, and you get a bag of fries, and it's like $5 more. Everything is like almost the price of a meal that you'd get at McDonald's. And so for me, like for a very long time, I'd get a burger here for one time I went to Five Guys, and I'd get an order of fries, and then I would get a shake maybe the next time, just because I'm so cheap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one thing you have to know about us is we are very frugal people. Like, we are very frugal. We still like to have fun.
See these lights? I got them on Amazon. Honestly, lights, all the camera equipment is really expensive. A lot of the camera equipment that I bought, and there's this little monitor that I bought that's on top of the camera. That's a mirror, and it was like $20. And if you catch us looking up, that's what we're looking at.
We just got it. It's new today.
But what I'm saying is like, we
hired Johnson.
This light kit, it's literally just 2 lights, and that's gonna mess with the lighting, but that's alright, because whatever.
I already noticed. That's okay.
1 second. Like those 2 lights, like this whole lighting kit was probably $20. I'm gonna get another light for the camera. Anyways, all I'm saying is that a lot of the camera equipment that I've bought recently has just been dirt cheap, and it works just fine.
And we are really frugal. We like to spend money, but we are very frugal. Basically, what we're trying to say is do what makes your body feel good.
But yeah, we've been talking for way too long. Let's get into Shay's video. This is a Shay special, all right? She cooks, she goes on rants, she's gonna be talking about the book that she's been reading. It's awesome. You guys are gonna love it. So without further ado, take it away, Shay.
So today is a crazy busy day. I slept in a little bit, thank goodness. I feel like I say that every day. Me and James stayed up pretty late. We didn't get to finish Harry Potter, but we had so much fun, and we're gonna finish it tonight and keep going with all the other movies. So that's super exciting. We do have a family dinner here in, actually, I don't even know how long, like 30 minutes, okay? So I don't need to make dinner tonight, thank goodness. I hate making dinner. I don't know if any other like new-ish wives hate making dinner. I hate making dinner because James is very supportive, which I love, but he is not picky at all, which is so hard for me to be able to cook for him, because he says everything is great, and if I had it my way, I would eat the same thing every single day. I love to do that. I don't know why, it's kind of weird. But one thing that we both love and that we can both make, I definitely make more of the meals in the house, is quinoa, chicken, and zucchini, and today we're gonna add some mushrooms. So I figured I'd teach you how to make it. Like a pro. I'm a pro chef, I'm not. There's a couple problems why I'm not very good at cooking and cooking for other people. Okay, I am not a picky eater, I never really have been. I will eat basically anything you put in front of me. I really like spice. For me, food is to fuel my body. And so it's normally not super yummy, and a lot of times they don't even go well together. They just need to be healthy. Basically everything I'm about to do, I don't know if this is how you're supposed to cook. This is how I do it, and it ends up tasting okay. But also, like I said, James is not picky. So welcome to my kitchen. This is the quinoa that we use. It is organic quinoa. I got it at Costco. Today me and James were debating if I'm even gonna renew our Costco membership. You can hate on me and you can hate on us. I personally think Costco is overrated. Everybody talks about it. I have yet to find something there that I love. And maybe it's just because me and Jay, it's just us, and maybe that'll change in the future when we have a family. But for now, and You can send me hate mail. I don't care. Costco is overrated. However, I do like this. So you do 1 cup quinoa, 2 cups water. This is what it's gonna look like. I don't know if you can even see how nice that looks. All right, that's seriously, looking good. That's what it's gonna look like. I personally cook my chicken in vegetable broth. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. I do. This has been heating up behind me. I should have been heating this up. I did this wrong. That's okay. So we're gonna use the rest of that. Also, just get frozen chicken like this. It's really easy for us, and me and James both eat a ton of chicken. And they definitely have freezer burn on them. I don't know how to avoid that. So if you could let me know, that would be great. All right, so I put 3 in. I normally try to make 4 or 5. I try to fit as many as I can in there, but we are done with this bag, so I'm gonna go get another bag. I hope you can see me. Okay. All right, so for your quinoa, once it starts to boil, you're gonna wanna reduce the heat and then cover it for 15 minutes. So I do have an Alexa. I don't wanna say her name yet because I'm not ready to tell her what to do. Hey Alexa, start a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Me and Alexa fight every day. Not every day that I use her. Basically, she just sets timers for me. And I have a love-hate relationship with her. All right, now I'm gonna cut up my veggies too. Now I'm gonna take this great value, oh my gosh, like a beauty, just kidding, with my big hands, lemon pepper seasoning. My chicken is now defrosted. It's probably actually time to flip it over. And so you're just gonna love putting that on there. We got these so cute salt and pepper shakers for our wedding, but it's out of salt and I just haven't refilled it. So I just use pinches of salt, but you're just gonna salt that as well. Chicken broth was low sodium, which means you have to make up for it now by adding a lot of sodium. So sprinkle, sprinkle, there you go. Not to toot my own horn or anything. This is starting to smell really good. I'm really hungry, I haven't eaten a lot today. Oops. So anyways, here you go. Ooh. Now you're just gonna pour all of these in here. Quinoa is now done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn off the stove. Don't forget to do that. Don't burn your house down. And you're gonna fluff it with a fork and then you're done. Literally, we're just gonna let this cool, put it in containers and put it in the fridge to eat tomorrow. So, and this has taken me, it'll take me a total of like 20-30 minutes. More lemon pepper seasoning when the vegetables are in. So like I said, I always put a lot. This is what we're looking at. So yeah, basically I'm just waiting for the chicken to cook all the way through. And also I am waiting for the vegetables to become soft. And then once all that's done, I'm just gonna put this in a container and then we're gonna eat it tomorrow. We had a couple comments saying that people want us to share what we're learning in our books. So kind of funny, I love Les Brown. Okay, he is so funny and so cute. And when we got back from vacation, I couldn't find my book. And I kept asking James, I know James had put it somewhere, but I didn't know where. And so I just started reading this other book that we have. So I am reading this book right here. I don't know if you can see that, but The Happiness Advantage. So this is a book James bought that was recommended to him by a friend. And because we couldn't find my Les Brown book, I started reading that, so I'm about 100 pages into that now. And it is so fascinating. I love that book. It's kind of, not gonna lie, kind of hard to get into because I personally like motivational stories. These are all stats and facts. So once you get over that, it's like really interesting to figure out. Something super cool that I learned last night, they did a study on doctors to see how fast they could come up with the right diagnosis. And they, like basically they had a control group and then the other set of doctors, they said that when they were done they would get like a lollipop or like a bag of M&Ms or something like that. And the doctors who were told after they were done with the diagnosis, if they would get a treat, they actually found the diagnosis like 30% faster and was like 20% more accurate. Basically, they did better. It was really interesting because it was saying that, like, this book is about being happy and changing your mindset and learning how to do that honestly through stats and through all the studies that he's done. Basically, it's all about him finding happiness, and he said that the majority of Harvard students would be so depressed they could not function at least once a semester, which is so sad. And it said that dating at Harvard is an all-time low, depression at Harvard is an all-time high. Going back to the doctors, he was saying that giving yourself like little rewards, like the anticipation is almost just as good as the reward. And so that's something that me and James are now trying out. In my book, it's just saying that statistically people will do better at their work if they know there's a prize or treat or something for them at the end. So yeah, that's about it. I really like my happiness advantage. So then last night I found in our glove box in the car my Les Brown book. So I'll probably go back to that. And then I don't know what I want to read next. James has some really good books. We were just gonna like rotate out books so that we could talk about our books together as well. But I really want some good girl power books. Honestly, I love women writers sometimes, and like, I don't know, motivational books about being a woman. And if you have any recommendations, let me know. So now I'm gonna check my chicken again. That's all. I'm gonna turn this off. We are ready to go. I've talked a lot to the camera, sorry everybody, but thanks for listening. Thanks for coming to my podcast, my TED Talk. Gordon Ramsay would be so proud.
All I've got to say is that lemon pepper chicken looks super yummy.
And we can't wait to eat it tomorrow.
And let me tell you, Shay has made lemon pepper chicken in the past, and it is so freaking good. When I was editing my video, all I could smell was her meal.
This is one meal that James can make, and I actually think he makes it better than I do, so.
We'll see.
Guess so.
Thank you so much for watching the video. You guys are awesome, especially everyone who subscribed. You guys are the best. And to those who haven't, be sure to slap the heck out of that subscribe button. We love everybody who watches our videos, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, seriously, and to everyone who subscribed, you guys are thebomb.com. Let us know what you want to, oh my.
Thebomb.com. We're in 2014.
Alright, that's the vid.
I was pretending like I was talking when you were talking. So you were like, that's the vid, and I was like,
Shay, you are amazing.